previously I bought this car from a car auction and I thought I bought a gem. Well, it turns out I haven't. Look at the fail list on this MOT. Well, the big question is, can we save this car from the scrapyard?
In the UK, around 16 to 22,000 Mini Coopers get scrapped per year. And we all know Mini Coopers are riddled with issues. And most of the ones for sale on Facebook are spares or repairs.
Well, it looks like this car is about to be a money pit. And to add to the challenge, I must modify this Mini by the end of the video. So let's get started. Can we save this Mini and also make a profit?
And this is the first issue that I need to sort out with this Mini.
And this problem could cause the car to overheat. So I've realised that the radiator fan does not kick in at all, the high or the low speed. So
let's test the fan to see if it actually works. So I'm going to use a wire and connect it to the positive and negative terminal on the battery. And then I'm going to disconnect the fan. With the fan now disconnected, it's time to check the high and the low speed.
Well, the fan hasn't turned on. Let's touch these two. See if the fan turns on. Fan does not turn on.
Well, it's not looking good. From the videos I've seen on YouTube, the high speed normally works on the fan. The fan just isn't working at all, and I've bypassed the fuse by going straight to the battery.
I don't even know what to do at this point. I thought that maybe the low speed wasn't going to work and I just changed the resistor, but this needs to be fixed. So I'm going to do some research and see. If you guys have done one of these before, drop a comment down below. Why isn't the fan turning on low speed or high speed? Because I've bypassed the fuse in the fuse box and went straight to the fan.
I didn't get to fix that issue today, but now I've got to take the car for an MOT. And let's hope they don't find any more issues.
So let's see, will this car pass MOT? Fingers crossed it does. I actually really hope this car passes MOT. If there's any issues, we just fix it.
I've now arrived at the garage and I must say nerves are high right now. And it's now time for the MOT, so wish me luck.
It's not good news. I've got a long sheet of fail in front of me for this Mini Cooper. I don't know, man. Why the hell did I buy this thing? The car's failed on is direction indicator not working, stomp lamp not working, both anti-roll bar dust covers are split. Other advices are the brake pipes are corroded and covered in grease or other material. Subframe is corroded but not seriously weakened. I'm not gonna lie, right now I'm just driving home in disappointment. I feel a bit bummed, man, but we're gonna fix it and do it.
So let's fix all the issues so this car can pass MOT. The first advisor is the rear indicator is discoloured. One of the brake light bulbs don't work. With the tail wheel not removed, let's get this rear light out.
What the hell? Why is that so filly to get out?
So after trying for a couple of minutes, I just couldn't get this light out.
Is there some clips here or something?
After messing about, I figured out why I couldn't get the rear lights out. There were some clips behind the light that you had to press to get them out. With the lights now removed, I can replace the faded indicator bulb. Now I've replaced the indicator bulb, I might as well replace the brake light. As I've bought two brake light bulbs, so I might as well just do them both, even though only one needs doing. With all the bulbs in, let's reconnect the light and see if it works.
The lights are working.
Now the lights are working, I put everything back together and done the same thing to the other side. And both brake lights now work.
This light does not work, so let's get it out. See, well, now it started working. That is so weird. It wasn't working a second ago, but now it works.
So I took the light out to see what's going on and the light stopped working again. So what's happened is the metal connectors have corroded, so I used my key to clean it. And then I tested the light and it now works. So that's the lighting issues now fixed with the Mini Cooper.
So the advisor for the lights are the two indicators are discoloured and one of the brake lights on the right, it comes on, but when you press the brake, it doesn't illuminate basically.
So both the brake lights now work, so that's one issue ticked off the list.
Hazard lights are no longer discoloured, as you can see.
So let's fix the last bits to get this car to pass MOT. The last problem is the drop links need to be replaced, as the dust covers are split on both sides. And it wasn't long before I ran into an issue. So the drop link bolt's just spinning. So I thought to use the grips to get the nut off. But no matter what I tried, the grips just wouldn't fit on, there wasn't enough space. So then I did it the long way with a spanner and an Allen key. And then the Allen key broke and it kept spinning. But thankfully it broke at the end so I could screw the nut off by hand. But now I've got the task to get the top nut off. So I've got the spanner on the back and the impact driver, and this should do it. And just like that, the old drop link's out. But let's see what the actual issue was.
So this is the issue with the drop link. This bit is literally come off, so it definitely needed change.
So let's get the new ones in and hopefully the car will pass MOT now. So I'm not using the impact driver to tighten the drop link as I don't want to damage it.
So that's the driver's side complete, and next up we have to do the passenger side, and then the car is ready to pass the MOT.
So I did the same thing on the other side. Removed the passenger side wheel. I used the impact driver and a spanner to remove the drop link. Took the old one out and put the new one in. Right, I'm on the way to the garage again with the Mini to get the car a re-MOT. So fingers crossed it actually bloody passes this time. But I've done everything that needs to be done in it. So this is the first drive after doing all the work as well. So hopefully we don't find any problems. But we're about to arrive at the garage, so let you guys know if the car passed MOT or not. I don't think the people in the garage want to be on camera, so. Right guys, good news, the car's just passed MOT. Yes, finally, we've done it.
But I forgot to do one thing. I forgot to do one of the brake lights because one of the brake lights weren't working. But these are the only advisory that's left, and I won't be doing those. The car's going to be sold as it is now. So
now it's time to modify the £350 Mini. And what better place to find quick mods other than Halfords?
some head units, £359, more than I paid for the car. What the hell? Sun strips, that is definitely a go-to mod, but I could get these on eBay for like half the price. I had a couple of these air filters. If you know, you know. Right, shall I get one of these fat exhaust tips? I probably shouldn't because the car's got a John Cooper Works exhaust on it, so no point doing that. I want to take the piss in it, so I think I'm going to go for the pink seatbelt covers. I think we got to get some dice dust caps. Look at them. We definitely got to get the dice dust caps. Let's fit all the mods to the £350 Mini and see how it looks.
The first mod to fit is the red seatbelt pads. And I don't know what I was thinking when I actually picked these up. I'm not gonna lie, they look horrible. Why the hell did I choose this?
Right, it's time to fit the dice caps.
So I took the old caps off and put the new ones on.
The new dice caps look gangster.
And this is the end result. It don't look half bad. Next up, we have the charger plug, as this car doesn't have one. And with the charger plug now installed, let's see if it actually works.
Yes, it works.
This is the finishing result of the mods from Halfords. And I'm not sure if I like them or not. Drop a comment down below what you think and what modification you think I should do next.